Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another AI in 15, day 14. A week away from Christmas. This time next week, we'll be knee deep in gravy and trifle and turkey, not at the same time. We try and get one thing done every day with AI in 15 minutes. I'm your host, Matthew Kershaw, 20 plus years experience in content marketing, digital media, 6 years in the AI space. And I help businesses build modern marketing engines, help their people get to grips with AI practically and usefully and safely, and of course, build a roadmap towards better quality, speed, and reduced cost. Enough about me. Today's topic and today's special guest is using AI to help you do video editing. And we have, as I say, a very, very special guest, Sharon Barraclough.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Matthew. Good morning, everybody. I had quite a late nap last night, so bear with me. I'll be doing my best to be as dynamic as I try to normally be. So just a little bit about me. Far too many years in marketing to mention. I started life in Reckitt and Coleman in Hull, and I bought my first house for £40,000. So you can try and work out how old that makes me. You can see from the companies that I've worked in, none of them you would say are cutting edge digital tech leading organizations, other than a slight little foray into O2. And I have to admit, on my first day at O2, they gave me an iPhone and I didn't know how to work it. So it was quite a difficult immersion into a tech business as their brand strategist. So my background is all about brand strategy, and I'm now spinning out to do my own thing, and I'm helping Grey Hair Works in getting everybody organized. And the reason I tell you that is because I'm going to show you some video content which mentions Grey Hair Works. So Grey Hair Works is fantastic in having a regular, every 2 weeks, we have sessions where we hear from different speakers. We have lots of video content, therefore, recordings basically from Zoom, not designed to be a presentation or anything that's for longevity. It's more of a conversation, but we have amazing content that we could then edit. So I decided to have a go at taking what sometimes could be 30 minutes ramblings and turning them into shorter, more edited video content that we could use in a library. And I'll mention Alex as he's here. Alex did a great presentation to a collective that are called the Grown Ups as part of Grey Hair Works. And if Alex won't mind me saying, as we were just saying before we started recording, Alex can go at 1.5 times speed and he still sounds fantastic. So there's loads of things you can do with video editing to get to a punchier version of it. So I'm just going to show you a bit of things that basically I played with. And I mean played with. I've had no training on the software. I asked Matthew, he gave me a recommendation and I just had a go. So if you show the first, I'm going to show you a clip first, and this is rather than use somebody else in vain and criticize their video, I recorded myself to do a small little bit that I could then edit. So I'm going to show you a clip of the unedited. This is what it was before I did anything with it, just so you can see what we were working with as a rough material. So run VT. And turning all that brilliance into summaries, actions, follow-ups, so nothing gets lost in the ether. I'll also be gently herding this all. So as you can see, a very rough recording. I was looking a bit ropey, definitely need to get the hair done before Christmas. There are definite pauses and stutters. I've noticed I look all over the place when I'm supposedly looking at camera. I don't know if it's because I'm thinking, so I look up, but I'm definitely not looking directly at the camera all the time. I had a script, so I was looking down and reading the script. I was just saying to Matthew earlier today, when you're wearing these things as well, sometimes your eyes, it's very difficult to see where your eyes are if you're wearing glasses and looking down. The lighting was not brilliant, and then my bloody dog was barking, as per usual, always at the wrong time. So that's what I started with. And then if we go to the next slide, I went into Veed. Now, this is a tool that Matthew recommended. I admit that some of the things I've had a fiddle with now, you have to pay for. There's things you can do that's basically quite low cost, but it's not ridiculous at all. But there's some of the things that I did have a go at. You do have to pay for a subscription, but you basically upload your video, and you can see along the bottom it gives you here's a summary of your video, and you can see where the talking is, so you can almost visually see where there's some silences already, where there's just probably a big delay right at the start where I was pressing record, wasn't ready to go, and there's naturally a few seconds space. So in this tool, you'll see down the side, there's loads of things. There's AI tools, there's things with script. You look at the video, audio, image, and I'll explain a few of the things that I did with what was a very basic, quick video. So you can see top left, you can edit script. So when it shows you, you put it in and it comes back with your script. So it translates it, puts it all into a script for you, and it shows you, you can see visually those grey spaces. That's where there's a big pause. So you can edit the script by, I don't really want to say that sentence now, take the whole sentence out. I can take the pauses out. I can edit in script form, and it will then edit the video content alongside that. So you don't have to try and clip sections. You can do it by just looking at the script. Bottom left, edit video. As you can see, as we just mentioned with Alex, you can change the speed. It's amazing because I've done this with some videos where you try and change the speed and people look like they're going faster and they don't sound the same. This actually changes the speed, but you sound exactly the same, the pitch, the voice, everything. So nobody would know that you are that it's going slightly faster. But if you're trying to take something that's a 10-minute download and make a 5-minute quick soundbite, quite a handy trick to first try just getting your speed a bit faster and taking a few of the ums and pauses out. And it's amazing how you can make that shorter and sharper. On the right hand side, the AI tools are where it all gets a little bit magic as well. So you can clean the audio, get rid of the bloody dog. You can click and remove the filler words. It automatically looks and takes those out, the ums, mahs, the pauses, and takes any dead silent space out as well. So you can click on all those and it does it. And then the other thing that at my age you definitely need is the look good part of AI. AI can, and I think it would work far better if you weren't wearing glasses. I still had my glasses on when I was doing it, but the eye contact, it will take your eyes from looking down to a script to looking up. Now, obviously, if your head is down, it's not going to change your head necessarily, but it moves you and it moves the eyes so that you're looking at the camera. So again, somebody who's a bit thinking and eyes going around or reading a script or obviously reading a script, eye contact is an amazing one. Removing the background, fairly standard. That's in most software, easily done. But removing a background and then you can add a different background in, and you can look at adding subtitles. You can also add images into the video, top and tail them. You can add GIFs, you can bring in logos, you can do soundtracks. There's so many things you can do. Having had to try and do this a bit more manually years ago, it used to take hours. Now you can get a rough edit very quickly by clicking a few buttons and seeing what it looks like, and then maybe a little bit of manual intervention to get to what you need to. So if we go to the next thing, then you can see the really clever bit is, let's say that on the day I forgot to record something, or more importantly, I really needed an important top and tail from somebody in the organization, and I haven't got that recorded, but I have spent 5 minutes with them getting them to read something and record their voice into the system, and it creates your own AI voice. So I recorded 2 paragraphs of me reading out 2 paragraphs, like the quick brown fox jumped over the da da da. Obviously, on the day I was trying to be slightly posher and slightly more serious than I normally am, but we got Sharon's voice, and I can now get me to say anything. So if you play the clip, this is me, AI voice.
I really wish Matthew hadn't asked me to do this, as it's taking ages.
So, not bad. Sounds a bit posher than me. I can hear it's not 100%, but not bad as a start. So now if we look at what that looks like with all those little tips and tricks that I did, we'll show you a version that's a little bit more polished.
Welcome to Grown Up Stuff. Everything you could ever need in one place.
Hey grown-ups, I'm here as your new activator in residence, helping this mighty group of clever humans connect, collaborate and conjure new opportunities. So as you can see, background's changed, much more looking at the camera. I touched up the colour so you can't see the grey roots so much in the hair. There's a background track, and the initial intro was my AI voice before I then cut to the video. So and actually didn't, as I say, didn't take too long to do that. Then obviously you get it in a standard 16:9 format. But on that original, just underneath where it says original format 16:9, you can click TikTok. And if you show Matthew, then just show a couple of seconds.
Welcome to Grown Up Stuff. Everything you could ever need in one place.
Hey grown-ups, I'm here as your new activator in residence, helping this mighty group of clever humans. So it automatically turns into a TikTok format. So you can use that for, obviously that's much more digestible in other social media formats as well. And then our final little trick is, well, obviously I did all that and looked at myself and still thought, yeah, I look ropey as usual. So this image I created by uploading a photo into ChatGPT, uploading a photo of me, giving it a style reference and saying, can you create me holding a mug of tea and my milk chocolate digestive Alex? And it created this image. So I'm like, what can I do with this image now instead of using video content? So if you click to the next slide, there's also a Gen AI studio, and I uploaded that image. I used the AI voice clone of me. I wrote a script and I asked it to create this.
Hey grown-ups, I'm your activator in residence, helping this group of clever humans connect, collaborate and conjure new opportunities. I'll help you be even more brilliant, better connected and active. Can't wait to dive into chaos and collective cleverness.
So as you can see, again, a little bit, maybe I was a bit serious on the day. The voice isn't 100% right, but that took 5 minutes. And you've got some amazing, yeah, quite scary, Alex, you're right. And guess what I'll be doing with your images? So I hope that's useful. And back to Matthew.
So yeah, any questions, anyone from that? I just had
And this is all free, Sharon.
You have to pay a little bit on Feed, but it's like 150 quid for the year or something. It's not ridiculous money.
Wow.
And Sharon, between Lenveed and ChatGPT, those are the two key tools that you use there to get to the final output.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sharon. That's super interesting. Tomorrow, we're getting a sort of slightly more serious end to the week. So we're going to be using AI to analyze large, messy data sets. This is in the wake of the release of ChatGPT 5.2, which is actually, as it turns out, specifically good at this, though. You can take big, messy sets of survey responses, support tickets, quotes, interviews with users, whatever it might be. I'll show you how that happens. And that, yeah, obviously, so see you tomorrow. Tell your friends, wolf.co/sign up. That's wolf with 2 O's.co/sign up. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew. Thanks, Sharon.